everyone, and welcome back to the Best Day Ever Crafting podcast. This is a podcast about my making journey, but also celebrating with you all the reasons why crafting every day makes for the best day ever. My name is Trish, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Tie-Dye Diva. Show notes can be found in the Ravelry group, and I'm going to leave a link to the show notes in the description box below. So welcome back. If you've been here before, and if this is your first time viewing, an extra special welcome to you. This is just my space where I share all the making I've been doing, as well as sharing with you some information about my shop, my brand new sticker and stationery shop, which launched in the month of February of this year. So, but we'll talk a little bit about that towards the end. So again, welcome. I have a lot of things to share with you all today because it's been a while. So let's get to it. Before I get into the making, let's talk a little bit about our make-alongs that are going on for the year 2021. We just completed the third month, March, for the Kelborn Woolens Year of the Hat. And Arthella has already chosen the winner of the March hat, and that winner is Granny Fly 81. Her name is Rena, and she also happens to be from the state of Maryland. So congratulations, Rena. And she's going to be receiving the yarn to make the April hat. So I'm going to link to all this information. I'm going to link to the patterns from Kelborn Woolens, which are actually free. And yeah, so I did not complete my March hat. I'm about halfway there, but I'll share that with you in the when we get to the whips. And also have yet to cast on for my April hat, but I will. That is definitely one of my goals. So let's talk about the first quarter make along, which happened to be jumpers, sweaters, anything for the top of the body. Was for quarter one, which was January, February, and March. We had some beautiful finished objects and lots of chatter. Thank you all so much for being engaging and encouraging one another and cheering one another on. And I do have a couple of prizes for quarter one, so I'm going to share those with you right now. We're going to actually be giving away 3 prizes. So the first prize are these 2 beautiful skeins of yarn. They're from Yarn by LMRK. It's a fingering weight superwash merino nylon blend, 463 yards, with the matching mohair silk blend, which is 459 yards. So you already know that the 2 of these combined together would make an absolutely beautiful shawl or cowl or maybe even a hat, and it just screams spring. So this is going to be one of our prizes, and this was generously donated by a podcast viewer. This is so pretty, so pretty. So that's prize number 1. And prize number 2, this is from my stash. Also screaming spring. This beautiful botanically dyed sock blank. This was dyed by Maria, who is better known as Ninja Chickens on Ravelry and Instagram. And isn't it beautiful? Just absolutely gorgeous. It's been sitting in my stash for way too long. So it's time it goes to a home where hopefully it'll get some use. So of course you could make socks with this, or you could also do a shawl. So yes, so that's one. That's prize number 2. And I'm trying to see, yes, the 420 yards of a superwash merino and nylon blend. And finally, we have a prize that was generously donated by 29 Bridges, one of my favorite Indie Dyers. She donated 2 skeins of her go-to sock in the colorway Finch, which is the darker red, and Conch, which is the lighter. Put this up closer so you can see. So 3 prizes, all absolutely beautiful, and I will be drawing names from the finished object thread in the Ravelry group. So best wishes to those who finished objects for Q1. And thank you all for participating. Okay, so I think that's it for administrative things. So what do I have for you today? I have some finished objects. I have a, do I have any? Yes, I have a couple of whips I'll share with you. Let's see here. Acquisitions, as always. Let's see, around the corner. Yeah, I'll chat a little bit about what's around the corner. I'll share with you a little bit of shop news and a little bit of jibber jabber towards the end if we have time. So let's get to it. So for finished objects, I actually finished a few things since we've last chatted. And the first thing I want to share with you is this lovely hat. This is a pattern by Vanessa Smith, who is of Vanessa Smith Designs, and it's called the Kestra hat, and it is knit using stranded color work and 2 skeins of DK weight yarn. And I actually had the privilege of doing a test knit for this hat. So this is my completed test knit. And I'll just share with you some of the awesome features of this hat. So of course, because it's stranded color work, it's almost like it's doubled in its thickness because you're carrying those floats along as you go. And so it's nice and thick and squishy. I also loved this portion here. So this is like a folded brim. So you knit a really long, I think looks like a 1x1 twisted rib, and then you fold it over and knit it with the cast on edge. I'm completely butchering these instructions, but if you've done this before, then you know how this this cast on and folded brim works. But it's so awesome because this brim is also, this is definitely doubled. So, you know, when it comes down on your ears, it'll be nice and warm. And it's just a beautiful, simple chevron design. And I love the crown because you get more of that darker contrast color at the top. Just so pretty and just very well written pattern, as are all of Vanessa's patterns. So I highly recommend it. I used 29 Bridges yarn to knit this. This is the contrast color, which is Setter. It's just this beautiful golden brown. And the other color, which is the lighter color, is this here. And I believe this is Coral Reef. Yes. So look at those beautiful speckles, pinks and oranges and browns, and together they were just the perfect combination, I think. Yeah, so again, Kestra hat by Vanessa Smith, and I will be sure to include this in the show notes. Next up, I finished 2 pairs of socks since we last chatted. So the first pair are these here. So these are the Now and Next. So I'm really trying to work on not covering my face when I'm talking. I was actually watching Marcelin Smith, who is Hey Brownberry, the designer of this sock pattern, and she was talking about the same thing, just really being careful about not covering your mouth when you speak, because there could be people who read lips who are watching the podcast. And so just got to always remember that. So again, these are the Now and Next socks by Marcelin Smith, who's better known as Hey Brownberry on social media. And this lovely design features this beautiful textured pattern. I substituted my usual afterthought heel, and I also converted them to be shorty socks. As you can see, the yarn that I used is from a dyer who's no longer dyeing, DJ Fleece Yarns, and I believe the color is Monarch. It's so pretty. Absolutely love this design. Really, really, really simple, but really, really meditative and easy to do. So as usual, Marcelin knocked this sock pattern out of the park. And there's sock number 2. And I realized, even though I've knit so many socks in my making career, I don't have a lot of like shorty ankle socks. So I'm going to be, all of my socks, at least for the next maybe 3 or 4 pair, I'm going to make them shorty socks. Okay, so what else can I say about them? I think that's about it. Absolutely love them. Okay, next up is another pair of socks. Another pair of shorty socks that I finished. I don't even think I had these cast on when we last talked. So this is just a basic plain vanilla shorty sock. I usually cast on about 58 stitches for my shorty, for really any sock. 58 stitches and on a size US 1.5 needle is what my go-to is for my socks. This color is, there I am covering my face again. So this color is from Hue Loco Yarns, and this was actually one of the Grocery Girls collaborations combo colors of the sock yarn and the contrasting yarn for the heel, toe, and cuff. So it was a sock set. And I think these are just so pretty. Look at those beautiful speckles in there. I don't have the band with me to tell you what the color is, but I will get it and make sure I include it in the show notes. So I absolutely love these. I love the way they turned out. There's sock number 2. And I got the unexpected surprise of like a mild striping going on. Was not expecting that. This is not a self-striping yarn, but sometimes you get a happy surprise like that where the yarn just pulls perfectly. Very good. So that's sock number 2, and that's it for the finished objects. Now in whips, I'm still working on my Coastal Crop Raglan, which is a Tiffany Lynn pattern. I honestly have not picked it up, and I was really a little disappointed in myself because I really, really wanted to get this finished for the Q1 make-along. But I was able to at least divide for the sleeves. So this is my progress on my on my Coastal Crop Raglan by Tiffany Lynn. And like I said, it is a cropped sweater, so I don't have a lot to do on this sweater to finish it. I just need to just buckle down and be committed to finishing it. And I'm also going to do short sleeves on this. So yeah, as you can see, it features a beautiful textured rib on the neckline and some eyelets on the raglan shaping. It is a top-down sweater, as you can see. The yarn choices I love. This purpley pink is Bellow Worsted from the Plucky Knitter in Signature Cocktail. And The main color is from Deep Stash Cephalopod Yarns, who's no longer dying. And this was an unnamed color. And I believe they would call their unnamed colors In a Lonely Place. So yeah, I just really need to buckle down and get this done because it's so squishy and soft, and I think it's going to be a really, really cozy sweater. I know it is, so I really want to get this done and finished. All right, so next up in whips is my March hat. So as I stated, I did not finish my March hat, but I did start it, and here it is. So this again is the March hat by Kelborn Woolens, and this one features a really long ribbed section and this beautifully textured section for the body of the head. Just so beautiful. Honestly, I have not picked this up in a couple of weeks, and just feeling it and touching it makes me want to buckle down and finish it. And it also features a provisional cast on that gets unzipped at the end. So you'll have those beautiful cast on stitches that appear as if they're floating out of nowhere. So really looking forward to finishing this so I can unzip this. The yarn that I'm using for this, let me get these stitches on here before they fall off. So the yarn I'm using for this is Dapper Dye Works. And this is his Stapleton base. And the color is Sweet Potato Pie. So beautiful. Absolutely love this. So I hope I don't end up playing yarn chicken. As you can see, the ribbing took quite a bit of the yarn, and I think I even went a little bit longer for my ribbing. So I may have to take out a row of the body just to make sure I have enough yarn, but I think I should be okay. Should be fine. So yeah, I'm plugging along on that, and I really want to get that done because I want to cast on for the April hat. And this is hanging out in this cute little bag. I've been using this as my project bag as well as my purse when I'm on the go. This is a bag by Rosie Posey Designs. I think I have her tag in here. Yep. Rosie Posey Bags. And she is on Etsy and Instagram. All right. So, as far as the make-alongs for 2021 go, we're now in the second quarter. The second quarter make-along is for color work. So any type of color work, whether it's something you sew, whether it's something you crochet, knit, any and everything that's color work goes. So I mentioned that because I have casted on for my color work project for the make along, and I've decided one of the things I want to make is the 3-color cashmere cowl by Joji Locatelli. So here's my progress on my 3-color cashmere cowl. Isn't it beautiful? Really been enjoying working on this. I cast this on about a week ago, and I've got quite a bit of progress. So the yarn that I'm using for this is Plucky Cashmere. It's their 100% pure cashmere. So it's absolutely super soft and lush and luxurious. The gray is letterpress, and the pink is a one-hit wonder, which means it was slightly off from the intended color. And then my third color, I believe was also a one-hit wonder, and I'm going to be using this beautiful gold. So, oh, so pretty. Look at that. So I know I probably won't wear this until the fall, but because I'm working on it in the spring, I just wanted some colors that would scream spring, and I think this does the trick. So thoroughly enjoying this. I'm pretty sure you've already seen this pattern, but just in case you haven't, there's a picture. So it's just a really long drapey cowl that's super easy to knit, and I'm, like I said, I'm just enjoying it so much. And I also want to show you this beautiful project bag that I have it in. Isn't that lovely? I don't know if this was hand embroidered or machine embroidered, but it's by Danica Studios. Let me make sure I get that right. Yes, Danica Studios. Again, I will link to her shop in the show notes. I picked this up from my local yarn store in Alexandria, Virginia, just Fiber Space. And again, look at that beautiful embroidery in tassel. So I am pushing along for the quarter to make along, which again is color work, and I have a couple of other projects that I want to consider doing for color work also. Oh, you know what else I do have a little bit of sewing to share with you too. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably have already seen this project, which is a McCall's Learn to Sew for Fun pattern. You've seen me share this pattern so many times. I did view A again, and here she is. So this pattern, you use a stretchy knit fabric. There is a seam down the center as well as down the back. And that's the way the fronts are joined. The sleeve is covering my mouth again. The sleeve is actually attached to the body of the dress, which makes it a really simple pattern to sew. So let me just, as you can see, these sleeves, they hit me like right at the elbow, which is exactly what I was looking for. The length comes down maybe about 4 inches below my knee, and it's a really flowy fabric. I just love this pattern so much. It just flows over the body, and it's so simple, and you can make it out of a stunning print like this, which is this beautiful kente cloth knit. I believe I got this from fabric.com on sale quite some time ago. But yeah, it was such a good deal. I bought a ton of it, and I shared some with Arthella, and I also I made the dress, and I still have enough to make probably a pencil skirt or something. So absolutely love this. If I can find it, I will definitely link to it in the show notes. And I'm going to insert a picture of me wearing the dress right here. Yes, so again, this is McCall's MP220. I'm almost certain this pattern is out of print in the stores, but you can still look for it either on eBay. Sometimes you'll find older patterns on Etsy and even Amazon. So if you are thinking about getting into sewing, highly recommend the McCall's Learn to Sew for Fun patterns. So that's it. That's all the sewing I've done. since we last talked, but I do have plans for lots more in the future. So you guys know how much I love the 100 Acts of Sewing patterns, which are by Sonia Phillips. Sonia just released her, I believe it's her very first book, and I cannot wait. I just ordered it, and I will link to the publisher where you can also get the book from in the show notes. But really looking forward to that. She's been kind of off radar for a couple of years, a year or two, working on her book, and I can't wait to get into that. So, should we talk about acquisitions now? Okay, the first thing I want to share with you is a new project bag that I got from one of my favorite bag makers and favorite people, period, who is Sandy, also known as Sandy by the Lakeside. So she had an update not long ago, and I picked up this beautiful number. I love the size of this bag she makes. It's perfect for socks, for a hat, and I also think you could easily do like a one skein shawl in here. It'll work out perfectly. But look at that fabric. Look at the workmanship. It's always just absolutely perfect. The fabric is by Juicy Juice, and he is just an amazingly talented fabric designer, pattern designer. And I would love to get some of his fabric. I just haven't taken the time to choose which prints I want, but I definitely will be looking into his patterns soon. So yes, I just absolutely love this. And then Sandy, because she is so awesome, included a little gift, which is this amazingly gorgeous pouch. I always miss out when she does the updates, and so she was kind enough to include one in my order. So Sandy, thank you so much. Look at there. I'm thinking about using this for a pencil pouch for when I'm planning and journaling, but I don't want to mess this up. I don't want ink to accidentally get mixed in it. But I want it to be, it's so pretty. I want to use it, and I want it like frequently. I don't want it to just sit in my project bag box. So thinking of a way I can make that happen. And I think they're just so beautiful together. Look at that. Just perfection. All right. So I also got a couple of skeins of yarn in, well, more than a couple. So I did get in my Sock Squad sock club from the Farmer's Daughter Fibers. And this is the latest that came in. Isn't that gorgeous? These greens and grays and blacks just scream spring. This color is a Lone Larch, and this is on her Plinter sock, which is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon blend. So I'm really enjoying these sock sets that have been coming in as a part of the club, because every month it's something different. It's a new base, and her dyeing is just impeccable. So pretty. I also love her packaging. All right. So next up, I got something from Chelsea Yarns from her Coupe collection. So this was from the March Coupe collection. So Chelsea Yarns, who's also known as Sparkle Knitter on Instagram, has chickens. And so she has decided to create this club that is based on the colors of her chickens. Take a look at these. And she names the colors, the names of the chickens. So this one is Dagon, I believe. Look at that. That purple is just incredible. And this one is Megan. Dagan and Megan. If you take a look at her YouTube channel, she does her videos more like a vlog style, and you'll get a chance to see the cute little chickens and, you know, the shenanigans that are going on with her and her husband, who's also known as Red Bank Mike. I just love the relationship that they have and the way they interact with one another. It's quite entertaining. So again, that's Chelsea Yarns. So excited about this, and I don't want this is another thing I don't want to sit. I want to knit this up, so I think this will work for a fade. So maybe I'll reach out to Chelsea and ask her, does she have a color? I'm sorry, Christina is actually her name, and Chelsea Yarns is the brand. So I'm going to reach out to Christina and see if there is a lighter color that would work well with this, and maybe do a fade sweater or a faded shawl, because they're so pretty. Okay, and then finally in yarn, a new to me dyer that was introduced to me on Instagram. I believe Gail Gillespie, who's of course Gigi made it, mentioned her in her stories. She's Black Smoke Fibers. Black Smoke Fibers, and I'm trying to see, I wish I knew exactly where she was from. It's like I knew that it flew out of my brain, but definitely follow her on Instagram. Again, Black Smoke Fibers. Her feed is amazing. She does it all. She dyes yarn, she spins, she creates spinning fiber. Again, like I said, she dyes yarn. She just recently created a soak wash for your knitted and crocheted garments, and I was unfortunately unable to get in on that. I was so disappointed. I got distracted and missed the update, so I'm looking forward to when she does a restock on her her soak. But anyway, I picked up this skein from her shop. As you can see, it's not a mini, it is a half skein, and since I'm doing shorty socks, this is going to be perfect. So this color is Phoenix Rising, and it is a 100% superwash merino. And this just makes my orange loving heart sing. Look at those browns and yellows and reds and oranges. And you even got a little bit of, it almost looks like pink, but I think it's just a lighter orange. So looking forward to getting those knit up. I don't have a pair of socks on the needles, and these will probably be my next pair of socks. So I'm gonna do some searching in my stash for a little bit of yarn for the contrasting heel, toe, and cuff for these. All right. The only other thing I want to share with you that came in is this. I purchased a new journal. So I have my planner in which I do my monthly, my weekly plans, but I decided to purchase a journal because sometimes I just want to do brain dumps and get things out on paper. If there's something, it could be anything. It can be a word that really resonates with me and I want to dig deeper in how I can apply that word to myself or to my business or to my life. Sometimes I'll just jot and journal and add pictures and stickers and what have you. And I cannot remember who it was that mentioned Olive and Archer. It could have been Sandy from Sandy by the Lakeside. But anyway, I picked up this beautiful journal from Archer and Olive's spring collection. Isn't it pretty? It's so gorgeous. The paper is so lush and thick. It's a dot grid. It's got a pin loop, and it also has an envelope in the back so I could put stickers and other paper supplies for my journaling. It's got the band to keep it closed. It sits nice and flat when you open it, and it's got a nice little, it's got 2 page markers, one which is the Olive and Archer logo. So I'm really looking forward to using this and maybe even sharing with you some of my journaling sessions that I'll be doing with that. So, and of course I will link to Archer and Olive. And when I purchased the journal, ooh, hello there, I also purchased a set of pins from Archer and Olive. This is also from the spring collection. She calls these acrylograph pins, and the best way I can describe them, well, first of all, they're absolutely awesome. It's a cross between a marker and paint. They're amazing. This is a 0.7 millimeter tip, and I believe she has them also in 0.5 millimeter. So what you see on the tops is what you get as far as color saturation. They all blend really, really well together. They're absolutely beautiful and a joy to work with. So again, I will be sharing either on this channel or on Instagram some of the spreads I create in my journal, and also using the markers. Okay, I think that's it. I'm looking through my list, and I think, yep, I think I'm all done with the making I wanted to share with you. So Jibber Jabber, what's been going on in Jibber Jabber? Well, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen that I had the privilege and honor of interviewing with Kristi Glass Knits, which was so much fun. I was so nervous as I was interviewing, but Kristi is so good at what she does. She puts you at ease, and I got through it. And when I watched the replay, I enjoyed it. I thought it turned out really, really well. So I will link to the video. It's on Kristi Glass Knits YouTube channel, and you can get a chance to view that. What else has been going on? Last weekend, and just for reference, today is Friday, April the 16th. I participated in Knit and Escape last weekend, which was so much fun. One of the things that was really cool was Jessie Hooks, who also has a podcast, did a talk on pain and trauma and using yarn and crafting to help you get through pain and trauma. It was absolutely amazing. I believe, as far as I know, that is her first time doing something of that nature. And she just uploaded a new podcast today and mentioned that she hopes to be able to do it again. So follow Jessie on Instagram. I'm going to put her Instagram link in the show notes as well. So really, really enjoy that. We all have experienced pain and trauma in our life, and I would guess to say that if you're watching this podcast and you understand the spirit of the podcast, which is that life isn't perfect, we all go through pain and trauma and unsettling life situations, but how thankful we are to have a craft, to have something we love that can fill our minds and our souls and our hearts when life gets tough. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for more talks like that from Jessie. And it was just great, because usually with the virtual programs, you know, Vogue Knitting Live, Knit and Escape, I believe the New Jersey Wool Walk or Wool Festival is coming up this weekend. It's a lot of classes. We know knitting classes. There's a lot of shopping, but to have another layer of our making expressed in a different subject, it was just really, really refreshing. So again, thank you so much for that, Jessie. let's see, what else can I chat about? So, since I last recorded, we have gotten another member of the family. And if you were listening, and you were distracted by some scratching and some just paper crumbling and clawing, we have a new fuzzy family friend. We got a kitten. If I'm not mistaken, the Friday I last recorded, the day after that was when we ended up getting her. And it was completely unexpected. I was actually doing some grocery shopping and I got a call saying, look, there's a kitten available. They need someone to pick it up today. Can you do it? I literally dropped everything. I was doing everything I had planned for that evening, and we went and picked her up. And yeah, you can hear back there. She's a bundle of energy. Anyway, it's been great. That's been taking up quite a bit of my time too, getting her trained, getting her acclimated, loving up on her, hugging and just cuddling. It's been really great. So let me see if she wants to come out for her debut. Cashmere, come here, girl. Come here. She is always ready to play. So here she is. Cashmere, say hi to the people. Look, you normally love to play with the phone. Look at there. Hey, how's mama's baby? She loves to bite hands. Ouch, 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 ouch. She knows ouch and she knows stop. Now, does she respond always? Not always. Stop, 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 stop. Be a nice girl. Don't show off for the people. So anyway, her name is Cashmere, and she's just been absolutely wonderful. She is a ball of energy. Just wants to play all the time. And this is actually kind of like low-key. She loves earrings. She loves glasses. She had her first vet visit yesterday. That went really well. I wasn't able to go in, of course, because of the pandemic. So that kind of broke my heart to have to leave her, but they said she did really well. So she got a couple of shots. So she's been a little low key. So if this is low key, you can imagine how she is when she's at her best. But she's just been an absolute delight. I don't know whether you can hear her purring or not. Hey, Cashmere. And she's sleepy because she hasn't had a nap. So hopefully she'll take a good nap after she gets a little snack. Yeah, so we've really been enjoying her. Just my little baby. Okay, so say goodbye. Say goodbye to the people. Say goodbye. Okay. So I think she's looking at me. She may start crying in a minute. Say, Mommy, why'd you put me down? Okay. So I think that's it. I think that's all I have to share. Not a lot of new things in the stationery shop, but I will share with you a few things. So again, I think I've showed this before. This is the Pink Planner Girl sticker set. Don't forget, we also have a gradient sticker sets. This here happens to be the purple. So purples, and then a set of purple gradient boxes to match, and also gradient dots go with this one. We have a gradient pink. Did I ever show these? These are the sewing hexies, and we also have knit ones. Dots for your planners and journals in differing colors. Just a lot of things. Our knit boxes, which have been really, really popular. There's red, there's orange, and this one here is like a rose pink. Folks have really, really been enjoying those. And there's the tan right there. coffee lovers. Also have a tea lovers set. There is a wellness collection with doctor appointment stickers, as well as wellness words and some other things to help you track wellness. We have some headers that these are not actually in the shop yet. I need to upload these. So these are your headers for making, stitching, crochet, sewing, making, knitting, embroidery. Mark your make-alongs, your knit-alongs, and then just the basics for planning and journaling, your months and your days, and just a plethora of other things. So if you have already purchased from the shop, thank you so much for your support. It's been going really, really well. I told a friend I'm just busy enough to make it I don't want to say worth my while, profitable, but not too busy to where I feel overwhelmed, if that makes sense. So thank you. Thank you again for your support on that endeavor. Really, really appreciate it. I've really been enjoying that. Okay, I think that's all I have to share with you today. I really enjoyed this brief time together. I certainly hope to be able to record more often. At least every 2 weeks is still my goal I'm trying to get to. So thank you again for your patience with that. Don't forget to hit your like and subscribe buttons to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed for giveaways that are specific to the YouTube channel. Make sure you join the Ravelry group and get involved in the make-alongs. The threads are open for the second quarter as well as the April hat. And I think that's it. So please stay safe, stay well, continue making, and I will see you on the next episode. Okay, bye.